Hi everyone, my name is Lizzy. Today I'm going to show you my crafting place, also known as working place. And my cats are trying to mess it up again. But let's go ahead and show you what I am working with to craft my miniatures and my dollhouses. Let's go. So let's start with my miniature kits from Robotime, also known as Rolife. These kits are made so that anyone can make these. You don't need any knowledge of making miniatures or even extra material. Everything you need in these kits for material is included. That means glue, paint, and so on. This one is Miller's Garden. This is the most recent that I made. I love it. This one's easy. There's a review of this one on my website. I will put down the links after I made the video. This one is Miller's Garden. This is also from Robotime. You can, with these kits, turn on the light. There we go. I think that the ones from Robotime are the best on the market, but there's also Hangda and Humeda, as you can see in the description of the video. I have a few more waiting for me to do, as you can see. This one, you can see it's in Chinese, but you can solve that problem with using the app called Google Translate, and you just scan it in and it translates it for you. The advantage of this, that if you buy these kits on AliExpress, for example, that they are cheaper. They are just cheaper. So it is up to you. Buy a more expensive one with the English manual, or buy a cheaper one with a little more hassle. This is a kit that I'm working on. It was laser cut, and I'm adding these little rocks that you can just buy in any hardware store. I'm almost finished, and I will put this one in my fairy garden later. I'm always working on something. As you can see, it sometimes is a mess. This behind is my backyard shed. You can't see much for now, I know, but there's a description of it all, also on my website, on my personal work. This one will move because now it's hiding against my cat's claws. So this is where I work. Get yourselves first a good vacuum cleaner that can handle a lot of trash. As you can understand, probably. So, this is the treehouse that I'm working on. It's been taking some time now because making these walls is kind of hard to do. Well, the way that I made them. How I made these you can see on my website. In my personal work. You might wonder, what is she doing here for the roof? Well, I'm using these pencil scrapes and then I put them on top of my roof. That's gonna be a job that will take a while. But as a miniaturist, you have to be patient, and I think I have patience. Let me show you around the back side. When it's finished, this will go in there. Don't mind the mess. So let's go on. Plenty of lights. That's what you need, plenty of light. Especially a magnifying lamp. If you make miniatures, you sure need it. I have also a blog post about magnifying lamps, all the information you need to know. Okay, so lights. Then there's my well-used mini saw machine, crafting machine. This one is really used a lot, and I can really advise to buy the one from Proxon, as you can see. Of course, there are other brands. This is a well-known German brand that works fine. I have it like, I think 8 years now, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it's well used, even for the household. Be careful though, if you use the table saw, the mini table saw, cover your eyes, cover your ears, and use a dust mask. That is really important. And be careful not to cut off your fingers, obviously. You can watch some YouTube films to see how to work with a table saw and get yourself informed before you use it. This is also from Proxon. With this one you can make wood that turns and has twitches in it, and that is bended. I used to have a figure saw, electrical one. I didn't use it that much, so I sold it. Honestly, this might seem like a bit of a mess, and yeah, sometimes it is a mess. But it's an organized mess. So this is the plans that I'm will be working on for the kitchen of my treehouse. So first step you have to do is always make a plan before you start building your furniture or your doll's house. It's a magazine Dollhouse magazine. I love them. Little box to put your pencils in and other stuff. Always make sure to have enough pencils. Now, my little mini drill. That's the second machine that I use a lot. Also around the household. It's a really good thing to have. It's a must-have if you are getting into wooden dolls' houses or wooden furniture. I would advise to get these two things, like, really. It will save you time, energy, and trouble. You can sand with these. You can do anything with a mini drill. Again, it doesn't have to be Dremel. There's other brands on the market, but I like Dremel. And the bits and pieces for the Dremel are available in my country everywhere in hardware stores, so that's why I buy Dremel. It's as easy as that. Oh, my paint. There's more paint. You see this big box? That is really handy to put in all your bits and pieces of miniatures so that they don't lie around your room. More paint, different colors. Clay, Fimo clay. I use Stadler and Cernit. More paint. Do you wonder what's in here? More paint. This is trash that I keep, because as a miniaturist you never know if you can still use something. There's on my website there's a freebie section with miniatures from trash to miniatures to really treasures. See, more plastic. Trash. Little beads that I keep. I keep everything and just tuck it away nicely. Glitter stuff that you find on cards that you get, birthday cards, Christmas cards. I keep those. These are things for scrapbooking, but sometimes you can still use it in miniatures. All these pieces of plastics, these can be cupboards, you know, soup bowls, for example. You can make little cans out of these. More plastic. I keep it all because you never know if you can use it. Of course, these are signs for a garden. Let me see. Empty. More plastic. I keep natural materials too. I found out on Pinterest that there are these wonderful little fairy gardens. Little men. These are wonderful. Little bottles of essential oil. Of course, they can be kept for miniature bottles. doorknobs collection over the years. Bench that are already made, that's waiting to be put somewhere. This is also natural material, and I just painted it, and there you go, it's a ball. This, if you wonder what it is, I will tell you what it is. This is cut out from a water bottle, the bottom of a water bottle, and it is tiled with nail polish, actually, and it looks like this. The little apples I made myself. It's not that hard if you know how to. These are waiting for a place in my treehouse sooner or later. Made these myself too. See? Piece of plastic. You paint it. Look, it's a button with a pearl on it. There you go. You have your pot to put in your kitchen. Made these myself too with clay. These pots and pans. This I made myself too. It was a piece of plastic. I don't even remember what it was from. And I tiled it with gray, no, not gray, silver paint. And put doorknobs on it. And the ice is made from pieces of plastic. It looks like ice. Then I made these Heineken bottles myself. Heineken is not my favorite brand of beer, but I didn't find anything else at that time. So there you go. These are wine from wine bottles and champagne bottles and stuff like that. I'm gonna make little chairs with them for my fairy garden. This is more stuff that I use. I mostly use tacky glue. I really advise to use tacky glue indoors. It glues everything. It doesn't, you know, you can have a while to adjust something if you push it together. I really advise it. Varnish, scissors, more paint. These are paint pens, actually. If you need to have fine lines or just a little bit of paint, these are really handy. Okay, so I think that's it. So my Dollhouse magazines over the years, I've kept a lot. I made these for my fairy garden, but I didn't realize that I had to use glue that doesn't fall apart. So it will go onto my treehouse as well, down there somewhere. All this wood is neatly put away. Then we have more pieces of wood. I'm keeping everything, maybe too much, as you can see, because you never know if you can use it for a piece of furniture. There's balsa wood, there's leftover wood. all kinds of stuff. And then we have more glue, 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 especially Mod Podge. Guys, buy this. It's really good. I have an article about Mod Podge also on my website because there's different kinds. There's lots of kinds of Mod Podge. There's outdoors, there's with glitter, there's with colors. Imagine they have it. These are from my glue gun. Glue gun I use a lot as well. My glue gun. Wire, of course. These are little pearls from my fairy garden river. It's not finished yet. So much to do. And every time I go to a real model train shop, every time I buy these, kind of colors and shapes for your dioramas, they are really good. Okay, so that was it. I thank you for watching and see you next time.